add whatever he wants to. The rest of you just listen. No. You got any questions, you got any comments or any observations, this is what it's all about, interaction, so don't be afraid to jump in the middle of something, okay? I'm going to start out real basic. I'm assuming that almost all of you are working with kids anywhere from maybe this big to high school age, but you've got different age groups you're working with all the way up through high school. Am I correct? Okay. I'm going to take us back to school for just a little bit because there's some things that I like to work with when I'm working with youngsters, working with kids, even with senior athletes. I even take the senior athletes through this at times to kind of remind them through some basic fundamentals. Why don't you come out here for me? And I'm going to have him. We've got two fundamental stances that we work with in wrestling in the United States. Basically a square stance and a stagger stance. Why don't we face this way so we can see the camera? And you know what? I'm going to have all you guys move over this way a little more so that we can not have to have my back to the camera all the time. It'd be better if you're over here now that I look at the situation. Okay, we've got a square stance and we've got a staggered stance. Now, if I don't know anything else about this guy, whatever he does out there helps me a little bit by just kind of taking a look and analyzing what's going on. When he's in his square stance, I know when I'm setting things up that he has a post here and he has a post here. So if I try to move him from side to side, he's pretty stable. But if I draw a triangle from his toes to the center point, he doesn't have a post there and he doesn't have one behind him. So if I have him in a square stance, my direction with him is going to be this way. It's going to be forward and backward. It's not going to be laterally because it doesn't do me a lot of good. He's got a good solid base. If he's in a staggered stance, right here is right leg lead. He doesn't have a post. There's my triangle. Doesn't have one there, and he doesn't have one here. So I can snap him this way, or I can circle myself to the other direction and take him through it. So what I do is I try to take a look and make note of what his position is, where he's at, and utilize that when I'm setting things up, when I'm looking for a particular technique. Now, I was never very good at doing a high crotch on the right leg and a high crotch on the left leg, or double both sides. I couldn't do that. And it really bothered me. So when I found out from one of my better coaches one time that I didn't have to have that skill, it was a big relief. All I got to do is have an attack that's effective to one side and an attack that's effective to the other side. Now, I may need to be able to finish those attacks from both sides because a lot of times I might be in on my right leg lead. I might be in on my single here. He moves my head, or through the action, my head moves to the outside. I've got to be able to change right away. I've got to be able to shift to my double situation. So I have to be able to finish from both sides, but I don't necessarily have to be able to shoot to both sides that same technique. I'm a right leg lead, my right hand, everything I do is right. I eat with my right hand, I brush my teeth with my right hand, I comb my hair when I comb it with my right hand, I shave with my right hand, I pick my nose with it, everything I do is with my right hand. So I'm a right leg lead. That means that my right leg is my forward leg, and this is my attack hand. I have to use it to attack, and I have to use it to protect. Okay? So, get in a square stance for me. What I like to do is take a magic knife and just kind of cut this guy in half. I'm a right leg lead. So if I'm on this half of his body, I've got my high crotch, I've got my double. If I'm on this half of his body, I've got my single. So I know that if I'm trying to set up a single leg, I have to maneuver him or myself in a position where I'm on that half of his body. If I want a double, high crotch, I want to maneuver him or myself to the other side of his body. So I always know where I'm going and what I'm looking for, or what's there. If I can't get to that side of the body, I'm thinking singles. If I can't get to this side, I'm thinking high crotch and doubles. That's just, for me, is a simple way to do it. And a lot of kids can catch on to that a lot quicker than they can trying to learn to do both to both sides at the same time. That's a difficult task for some. Some can do it, but not very many. And it tends to be non-productive. The other thing is is you need to know whether you're a right leg lead, truly a right leg lead, or a left leg lead. Now, how would we do that? How would we determine if a kid's a right leg lead or left leg lead? How would you do that? Yeah?
Which way do they kick the ball? Which leg?
Okay. All good things. Anybody else? Anything else? Sam, you got one? You can have them stand on a line in a square stance and ask them to sprint to you. Right leg lead. Left leg lead. They're going to come with the first leg. You can have them shoot a double leg, not knowing what they are, and see which side you want to put their head on. That'll help you too. So all of those are good suggestions. There's a couple more to go with it, but you'd be amazed how many people, kids come in here that, well, I'm a left leg lead. Yeah, they are. They're a self-taught left leg lead, but they're really a right leg individual. And so now they have to start relearning some skills, or they continue down the path they're on. That's up to them, but a lot of times that's the case. All right, so I've divided them in half. My single leg side, my high crotch and double side. The other thing I do is I got some simple, basic little rules that I like to use in working with kids. In other words, my goal at all times is to have him square in front of me. He's square, always. I'm not. I want an angle. I'm going to create an angle. So he's square and I'm not. The idea being he's always in front of me, and I'm trying not to be in front of him. I'm always looking for that angle. That helps me with my technique. It gives me a better chance of getting into position and finishing that when I get there. The other thing is, if I don't know ahead of time, I know in very short order how quick this guy is and how strong he is. If he's real quick, I'm going to tie him up. I'm going to get hands on, and I'm going to keep hands on. That's how I'm going to slow him down. If he's faster than me, my hands are going on him to keep him slow. If he's real strong, I'm going to move him. Motion, move him, create those angles. You tie up speed, you move a horse. Those are simple little things, but they make a big difference, okay? Just some fundamental things. The Russians, the way they do it, and we spend a lot of time on learning to do the proper stance, checking are we in the right place, right width, this and that and everything else. The Russians don't do that. They teach them to wrestle. They take a look at their stance, and if it's not flawed, in other words, if they can execute and defend from it, they don't worry a lot about changing it. They let them go with it. That's why a lot of them end up with this kind of a thing, where they're just kind of looking at you, because it works. It's a little different than what we do. We call it a European stance. It's a little different, but it works for them. It works real well, especially if you like to turn the match into like 2 20-second flurries instead of a 2-minute go. And that's what they want. They want a couple 20-second flurries, and that's it. So we have to move them out of that stance. We have to get them out of that. So moving that guy is important. Being able to get him out of his stance is important. If you can get a guy out of his stance and not come out of yours, you're going to go a long ways. And it's a good philosophy. We're going to start tonight with clearing ties. We're looking at 4 different things. We're looking at underhooks, 2-on-1s, collar tie, and wrist controls. And we're going to take them, not just free ourselves necessarily, but if we can, we're going to try to take them to a shot, try to take them to a takedown. And for me, this was my better skill because I wasn't a great takedown artist, but I was real good counter offense. And that's why I think this is an important skill to get, because the better your counter offense is, the more confidence you have in your counter offense, the more your offense will open up. When you've got that kind of confidence, it'll make a big difference. Agree with that? All right. Let's start with collar tie. A lot of things you can do here, but first thing I'm going to do is when they reach for a collar, I'm just going to catch it. I'm a right leg lead. This hand is low here, where I can still block my leg if he tries to come, but I'm going to catch it. I'm just going to catch him. I'm not going to let him get to the collar to start with. Now, that sounds almost too simple, but it's really the best philosophy. Don't let him have it to begin with. The easiest way is he doesn't get it. But I want to turn that into something. So we're going to start where he just reaches, right here. I catch it. Now, I got 2 options here. We're going to do both of them and add some others to it also. But as I catch this, I'm going to elevate it. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to lift. I'm going to lift this way and drop my level, so my head's under his here. Most guys aren't going to like that position real well, and they're going to try to bring the arm back down. I reach, pressure him. He starts to bring the arm down, pass it right into my double. It's very, very simple procedure. Reach, he brings it down, pass it into my double. Maybe he doesn't want to bring it down, or maybe he's one of these guys that's pulling on you, like the elbow type thing. There, that's hard to pass. He's pulling my elbow, that's tough to pass. So I'm not going to pass it, I'm going to pull it. So I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to pull it down this way. And when I pull it down, I'm going to step to here and bang him. Turn him and run him. So I'll catch, pull him, see my head comes to this side, smack him. Change hands, run him down. See it? Two options. Elevate it, he clears it, into my double, catch it, snap him, get the head on this side, bang him, change hands, run him down. Let's try him. But if his hand is on my elbow and I try to pass that, I can't do it. He feels me, he can fight with me there. I don't go there, okay? That's when I pull him down. He wants to hold on to me, great, we'll hold him this way. See the angle, see what it does? See how it changes? If he wants to hold me, I go the direction he wants to go. If it pushes, pull it. If it pulls, push it. It's an old, martial arts saying, but it applies to wrestling. So when I catch him here, if I'm going to pass that, it's going to be off of him wanting to come back inside me. Then I go. Deep step into it. And if I can step on a toe, I'll do it every time. Okay? Now, what's going to happen if when I catch this and I come to here and there's a pause, nothing's happening? What am I going to do? Shoot. Exactly. So I got three options here. I can pull him, go to my single, I can pass him, go to my double, or I can hit my high crotch right off the open shot. Everybody see it? Try it again.
When he sucks my elbow in here, and I get a step. As I step and pull, right here, the reason I'm doing this is when I step and pull, what happens with his head? Where's his head at? It's down, all right? And that's why I'm going to come outside, inside, and run it down. But that step and that pull and that elbow, that's what we're looking for. I'm looking for that head to come down. He pulls it, I'm going to step, boom, right there. His head comes down, and now I got the angle. Outside club, inside post, and run it down. But that's why we're stepping there, is to bring that head down. Otherwise, if I step and I don't pull, and his head's up, I can't come here. I'm going to put myself out of position.
No head position.
No head position.
You've got to have head position.
As I step and pull down, boom.
Now he's got head position.
His head, I got a good angle, and his head's down, so I'm not coming out of my stance and reaching. I'm just clubbing to the side, transferring that weight on that outside foot, outside, inside, great angle, weights on that foot transferred, and then run him down.
All right, now, if I'm a great one for posting one side of the body away from me while I'm going to my finish, because it avoids some situations that scramble-wise that maybe I'll win, maybe I won't, if the guy's really good defensively. So I don't want to let him in on me to defend if I can help it. So that's one of the reasons when I do this here, like and I transfer hands, he's stuck. He can't turn to face me without me being able to get through him. If I don't do that, he can turn right around and begin to fight with me. But if you've got, some youngsters are real good at a knee sweep, if when I catch here, when I pull him here, I can sweep down and come up also. I can go traditional on that. I don't, because of my liking to post the body away from him. Okay? Same thing would be true if he reaches for me, I come double inside here. If I come double inside on his reaching, thumbs are inside now. Thumbs are inside. And I'm blocking here. I'm blocking. If he tries to push into me, I stay with him. My head comes down with his. If he tries to take his arm away, there it is again. He can't take his arms away without giving it to me from that thumb block position. I'm here, right here. He can grab my elbow, whatever he wants to do. But when I'm here, I stay here. He tries to move the arm away. Look at the angle. Everybody see that? That looks real easy. And it is. But you got to feel it. He can't move the arm away from that position right here. He can't move this arm away without giving me that. Take it away. There it is. Can't do it. But I got to react now. It's timing. Everything's got to be there. Let's try that thumb block. Go.
Getting your arm feedback.
Time I'm inside, I thumb block. Okay? And if he gets in a situation where, you know, he thumb blocks me, say he's thumb blocked me here, then I take the elbow. Now when I take an elbow, I forget I own that finger. If I grab him like this, he can feel that. But he feels that a lot more. Okay? All I've got to do is if when I take it like this, see what's happening? I rotate that shoulder, and now he doesn't get it back. He starts to move. See how I held that side of the body away again? Okay? So it's the same type of thing. If he gets on me, I'm thumb blocking just like I was before. But this time, instead of passing it, I'm going to pull one side like this and pull it to me. When he tries to get it away, there it is. I rotate the shoulder. I'm pulling it toward me tight. He can hold that. But when I rotate the shoulder, it's gone. Now I keep it. But look at my thumb block. This is the key. Right here. He can't get this side of the body toward me. He can't get at me. If he tries to back away, there I am. See it? Sometimes, you know, it works a little differently, but I'm going to do two things here. Number one is if he collar ties to this side, this is my right leg side, I'm still going to come up and block. Now this hand is going to be in a position to block here, and I'm going to square up. Okay? I've taken my arm away from my lead leg, so when I come up there, I'm going to square up. For me, I'd rather defend from a square stance than a staggered stance. So I'm just going to square up a little bit. But when I catch this here, I'm going to do the same type thing to this side. I'm going to take it, I'm going to pull them and step. But when I come, it's going to be double or high crotch, because that's my double or high crotch side. The only difference is one side I'm going singles, the other side I'm going doubles and high crotches. I can get to either one from that position. If he gets to my head, collar tie here, and he's got a good collar tie, if I can't come in and clear it this way, he's pulling me, he's got to hold me, now I'm going to grab his elbow. When I grab his elbow, I do the same type of a grip. I'm grabbing right here like this. Right here and I'm going to pull it to me. He's pulling my head, I'm going to pull him. I'm going to stay with him right here, I'm going to keep it tight. Change levels and run it down. If he squares up, Look at the thumb block. Back on my single. Rotates right into my block, blocking that side of the body away again. So I'm here. I pull it, change levels, drive it. He squares up, rotate to the thumb block.
I think the other thing Doc's doing too is that when he, and I see this a lot watching a lot of high school wrestling, is if a guy pulls on his head and you don't keep it tight, and what he's doing again, he's bringing his feet and he's keeping his base underneath him. So if he doesn't move into me and I pull him off his base, you know, I'm able to snap him down and get him out of position, but he's not allowing me to do that by keeping this tight.
I change my level and move into him.
Yep. He's taking the slack out of the joint, and I can't pull him down because he's bringing his feet, and there's nothing. I don't have any power here. He's taking the power away from me.
Change my level, move into him. Okay? But part of the trick to finishing this on that single without a big fight is, again, that same thumb block. I'm here. I change levels right here. When he rotates, the thumb block comes right with it, and there we go. Let's try it. He makes contact. Now, when he makes contact, that's what I want. See how he keeps his hand there? That's what I want. Because as he keeps his hand there, I see I've changed my level, and I'm walking into him. All I want is one little push back. Okay? I'm here. He pushes back. There we go. I'm here. I walk into him. He pushes, plants. All I get is both hands, just like this. Throw him by me, right into my double. But I think that's going to go away for all you high school coaches. That doesn't mean I can't do this. That's another situation. Okay? Let's go to 2-on-1 a little bit. We'll start with him reaching to this side. As he reaches here, as I come to here, as he comes to the 2-on-1, I come up. If he comes to a 2-on-1, when he comes to here and here, that's too late. Now it's a fight. What I need to be able to do is this. Right there. That's all I got to be able to do. As he comes to this elbow, I'm right there. He comes to this elbow, I'm right there. He comes up to get it, I'm right there. As he reaches, I change level step, pass, and come right through him. And again, if I can get the toe, I do. So he catches it, it's here. Catches it, it's here. See the angle? Let's try that much of it. Go. No.
They're just passing it inside
Yeah.
step.
My feet and stance are just as important in this as is what I'm doing here. This is the action. Elbow back, wrist out. Elbow back, wrist out. But as I do that, see the outside step? See the outside, as I do that, as he comes to here, it's here. I want that hole. If he's still got my wrist when I clear to here, it'll be a miracle. But if he does, I go anyway. I just take him with it. I let him hold on to it. He can have it there. Once it's here, once I'm here, I can still drive through with him holding onto the wrist. Most of the time it's gone. When I change levels, it's gone. All right? Now, that's the best way. Don't let him get there. But he's good, and he gets there. Typical Russian, 2-on-1 or tie, both thumbs up hitchhiking. One's here, one's here. Okay? We'll give 2 or 3 different things here that are really simple and easy to teach and work with kids. But if he's got me here, I'm going to push back. Now, I got to be careful because what's one of the primary moves here? Snap me down. Snap me down or go to that single. I got to be careful. So I got to know what I'm doing. Look at my elbow come back again. He'll tell you. When I push here or when I push here, big difference, right?
Right.
Elbow comes back again. So when I push, I want just a little push back. When the push comes back, then I wheel him here, just like that. If the wrist is high, I'm coming to his elbow. I'm going to push, I'm going to wheel him, come to the elbow, and I'm coming over the top this way. I'm going to pull the elbow in. I'm going to pull it in. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to pull it toward me. That rolls his thumb, he lets go. Okay? So I'm going to pull it toward me here. Underhook, look for a finish. Or maybe it wheels low when I wheel him. So as I wheel him here, I push, I wheel him, the wrist comes low. Now I pop it. Underhook into my finish. Whatever underhook finish you want. Okay? So I'm here, push, wheel him, pop it. There's my finish. Got it? Go. This way, he's really got pretty good control of me. Now he doesn't feel so confident. If he tries to snap me down now, it's hard to move me. Okay? It makes a difference. That elbow shift does help my balance, does help me go where I need to go. If I don't do that, I push wrong, I could end up on my nose down there. I don't want that to happen. I'm here. Push, wheel. Elbow. Okay, when I pull that elbow, it's in. Okay? Now I want you to watch something else here. Sam knows what's going on right now. I don't know if you do. What's going on, Sam? I'm on your toes. I'm on your toes. Exactly. I'm always looking. I didn't even look at his feet, but I could tell you where his leg was. That's not illegal. It's not my fault. His foot was where I set mine. I didn't do this. Okay? Ref tells me to move it, I'll move it. Okay? But I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. See, when I'm going to wheel it, pop it. I'm in good position. In both of these, and in this one here, where he's grabbing it here, I'm getting the other side of the body. On these, who has head position? You. I do. He may get head position on me. Yeah. Now he's got head position. If I wheel him, it's pretty tough to reach and get what I want and stay balanced. So if he's got head position, I'm doing the same thing. Into his ribs here, push. I'm going to wheel him and bang right into my nose. This kind of a step. Right there. I can take the head, the shoulder, or the arm. I like to take the head. He's got head position. Push, wheel. There it is. My hole. Okay? Real slow. Push, wheel, bang up. See the arm trapped to the body? Got it? Go. Situations. We're showing you 4 or 5 different things. You don't need 4 or 5. You only need one that works. If you can stop it here, all this other stuff is never an issue. You know, it's not an issue. But sometimes you got to have something else. So find 1 or 2 things that work. Whether you wheel and pop the wrist, if he's got head position. This is probably the most difficult maneuver of the bunch right here, where he's got head position. That's probably the most difficult part of the whole deal. But when I push him here with the ribs, when I push him and I wheel him, see what that does to his body? Trap the arm to the side and I got him. Yeah.
Somehow when you think about that wrist, you have to lower the levels.
I change levels as I'm doing it.
Yeah, but even like lower so you can get him up on the shoulders, and then up.
Yeah, when I change levels there, as I go here, he's got head position here. When I wheel him here and I pop him, look at the level I'm at. Trail leg flies, take him across. Okay? Now, this is one that worked for me, and I've had a hard time getting other people to learn it, but I'm going to show it to you because it worked really, really well for me. Because it's kind of instinctive for kids. They grab a 2-on-1, boom. They come right up here. This is really stalling if you don't use it. So what I'm going to do is use it. Now when I come up here, I'm not doing this. Look at my hand. What's my thumb doing, Sam?
Blocking, pushing.
So if he tries to push into me, it becomes very uncomfortable. That's what I want. I want this little bit of space. That's what I want. I want this little bit of space. The minute I'm here, second I'm here, I'm gonna step backwards and change my levels. I'm gonna come this way. I'm here. I'm gonna elbow comes to the side and I change levels. There it is. Pretty simple. I'm here. I'm here. Change levels. Elbow comes to the side. Now, watch what happens here. He's holding this fairly tight. As I change levels, it reaches a point where his arm hits his leg. I can use his body to help break the grip. See it? Strike, go. This is for an A for the course. If you know this, you already got a great start on working on this kind of stuff and on finishing takedowns. When does his defense start? When does it start? Anybody tell me? When? When?
When you touch it.
I didn't catch it.
When you touch it.
No.
You from the last move or in the match?
Once I start to a technique, once I've gotten to a technique, he has to defend it. When I get to that single, when I get to that double, when I get to that high crush, when I get to my technique, when does his defense of that leg attack start? Exactly. When I stop. So don't stop. That's why I post the body and run through. That's why I come through. If I stop, that's all he needs to begin to get things going. So I don't stop. That's the key. If I don't stop, I got a better chance of finishing than if I do stop. Doesn't mean I can't still finish, but the odds go down if I allow the defense to set in solid. So I don't. So I got asked the question here, do I bring this hand down to the leg? Not till I'm through. Okay? I'm here. When I change my levels and I come down to here, I don't come down to here. He's got a whizzer, and I'm bent over, and my butt's up in the air, my head's down. Now he's got nothing as I run through him. I don't allow him to get into a position to start the defense. That's why my hand stays on the head. Is that important? It is for me. May not be for somebody else. Maybe they can come in real quick and change positions and get there. I'd rather not fight the fight if I don't have to. I'm going to post that guy away from me every chance I get. Okay?
A lot of these kids that are taught that they get their shot in and they stop and they want to live. You just keep driving until they go to the net.
Yeah, I drive. We drive right through them. Don't stop. That's what we teach here. That's what wins. Watch Henry at the Olympics. Drives through them. If I've got, no matter what I've got, I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a defense here that I promise you can teach a kid in about 30 seconds, and it works. He grabs a 2-on-1. I grab his hand. He grabs a 2-on-1. I grab his hand. It's that simple. All of his offense is now tough. Doesn't feel good, does it? He didn't like that. Okay? Can I score from here? Yeah, I can score from here. I'll do the same thing. I'll push into him. Snap him by. Keep the hand. Guide him by. Right here. Right here. Change levels. Now I lock my hands. Okay? Grab the hand, push, push, snap him. Grab the hands, push, change levels. Right into here. Got it? Go! Question twice, forgot about it the first time, so I just got reminded. Key lock off a 2-on-1. Right there. Okay? If they come underneath, that's one method. The other way is they grab and lock their own wrist on top. Grab it right there. They'll grab that. Okay? If they go underneath or if they go on top, either one. If they go underneath, I like that better because I pop it and come to my underhook. If he comes underneath, I just simply pop. There's my underhook. Come into my finish. Okay? If he's over the top, it's harder to pop because he's kind of reinforced. It's a lot harder to pop that, okay, and get it free. So what I usually do is I just take the hand right here, or this one right here, either one. I lock on his lock right there. Now I'm going to push, and I'm going to snap him to my underhook. I need his reaction. I'll grab any place I can grab. Elbow comes to my side, I push into him, and I'm going to wheel him hard. There's my underhook. So I can pop it, or I can wheel him and rotate to that underhook. And Sam's holding pretty hard there. Okay? I got to move him in front of me. I got to get him out of position. Exactly. I can't let him stay there. He'll snap me down. He'll pick my ankle. He'll trip me, foot sweep me. He'll do something nasty. I got to react. I can't just hang out there. Okay? Underhook. Same basic kind of philosophy. If he's going to dig an underhook on this side, as he digs the underhook, my elbow comes back, and I block the far side. My elbow comes back, I block the far side. He starts digging an underhook. Here. It's hard to dig an underhook when your elbows are back. So I try not to bring my elbows away from my body any more than I have to when I'm working and setting things up. The more I come out this way, the more I'm likely to get underhooked. Or he might dig an underhook by banging my head and coming to it, you know. But if I can keep him from getting to it, as he starts to dig an underhook, my elbow comes back, but more importantly, I'm blocking the far side. Because I have a very simple principle. If he digs an underhook and he gets that underhook, I have the far side or the wrist. He has the underhook, I have this, or I have this. He'll tell you right now that if I got this, or I'm here, he doesn't like that, even though he's got the underhook. It's not comfortable. Okay? What I don't want is this. That's what I don't want. I don't want him controlling both sides of my body. He digs the underhook, I'm here. I'm here, or I'm here. Okay? Preferably here. But before he gets there, if I can, head position and come away. Pass it by. Pass it by. Working. Easy way to do it. He gets the underhook. That side of the body stays away from me. And what I do here that might be a little different from what some of you do is depends upon his body position. Right now, he's kind of bringing me up. He's kind of upright with me, kind of jacking me up a little bit. If he's doing that, I come into him. I don't come away from him. I come into him, I step, come in the inside here and look for this type of thing if I can. Got 2 or 3 others, we'll show you there in a minute. But I take him away from me this way. As he's digging that, as he's bringing that underhook up, I want to post this side of the body away from me so I can come inside, bring it down, look for my single. Okay? It's here. I can't clear it there. So I got to knock him away at the same time so that I can do it. Okay? All right, go. Don't let him have it. Block him away. I'm going to dig an underhook on Sam. Watch how when he does this, he circles. Watch his feet. I dig an underhook here. Watch what he's doing. Moving his feet. Look at the elbow coming back, and the head's going to come into position. So as I dig here, he's going to bring his head down into position here, circle his feet, and bring his elbow back.
One thing's key is I'm going to throw my head in the hole here, but I'm not going to draw my body back. If I start drawing my body back, he's going to throw that by, and now he's controlling the center of my body. All I'm going to do is going to draw the bow. It's going to draw the bow. It's going to bring my elbow back. It's going to bring my elbow back. And once my elbow comes here, now he's extended. It's going to be a lot easier when I circle down and away.
Look at the head position.
But I'm throwing my head in the hole so there's not a reshot coming.
See the head position? See the circle? Let's try it again. Got to come back. When I get my elbows to my side, I'm a lot stronger than when they're out here. So the elbows got to come back. Now, he digs the underhook. Go ahead, dig the underhook. Another way I can deal with this, if I've got control here or here, either one, is as he's jacking me up, I'm going to take and just, as he jacks me up, I'm going to bring the arm high this way and float it in my back pocket. But I'm going to step as I do. I've got the wrist. He's got the underhook. He's trying to jack me up. I'm going to let, as he jacks me up, I'm going to let the arm come up, and I'm going to rotate it to my back pocket. As I rotate it to my back pocket, this way, I'm going to step deep. It off balances. I'm going into him. I meet pressure with pressure on that. Huh? No, you don't want to back out. You're getting in trouble backing out. But I got to have control of that far side of the body. All of this stuff is pretty good when I got a hold of here or here. But if I don't have control of the side of the body, I can get launched.
Yeah, you know why Doc's controlling the side of the body, man. If I got an underhook here, what's this hand going to do? Knee picks, throw by singles. This is my attack hand now.
That's attack hand.
So if he's controlling that, it takes all that away. Or if he's posting it back here, you know, I can't use it.
You don't let him have it, okay? So on this one, I'm very simply, as he's dug that underhook, he's got it pretty good. I've got the wrist, or I've got him here. As he jacks me up, I meet the pressure and change levels. How much head pressure? A lot of head pressure into him. A lot of head pressure into him. But I'm stepping behind him this way. Okay? Try it. As he digs that underhook, I got an overhook right here. Okay? Okay, if I want an overhook, I guess, I got this side of the body, that overhook's not too bad. There's a lot of things I can do. You know, I can begin to throw and do some funky things there, but most cases, I'm going to take a route that I feel a little safer with, where I don't take the chance of getting tossed myself. If I bring this elbow back, my elbow moves from above, my arm moves from above his elbow to below his elbow on his forearm. That's what I want. It's the same thing here. When I step and put this in my back pocket, I drop below that elbow onto his forearm, which is what I want. Now, see. I got him off balance. That's all I need. I can reach down, grab that single, and finish it. Okay? But I want to, I come this way, I come into my back pocket so that I can clear that elbow. It's like if I take a high crotch shot from an inside tie. Just inside here, tie with me. Yeah, let me have inside here. I'm inside tie. If I take a high crotch shot here, when I take this shot, my arm is caught here. If I don't put that hand in my back pocket to come back through, I'm going to be in trouble. Same type of thing. I've got to move my position by rotating my arm. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, now he digs an underhook, and instead of jacking me up, he's changing his level, pulling me down. Maybe he's going to snap me to a front headlock, something like that. Okay, he's pulling me down. When he does this, as he pulls me down, I'm going to block right inside. Either side. He underhooks over here. I'm going to block right there. Once I block, I'm going to back up. He follows me, fireman or high crotch. Okay? So he digs the underhook, it breaks me, I block right here. Once I've blocked him, I back up. If he follows, here we go. See it? Go. Real quick here, just to kind of go through them, and if we have time, this week we'll go back to some of them a little bit, but we haven't talked all about wrists. And I want to talk about that a little bit because you run into this so much with high school kids. Two things you run into a lot is collar tie and wrist control. Okay? And if he grabs my wrist, it can be 2-on-1 like that, or it can be a single wrist like this. I want to show you something about when he grabs that wrist right here. In that if he grabs my wrist here like this, which most kids will do, I still have inside control. I still have inside control, even though he's got my wrist. But if he turns his hand like the Russians, I don't have inside control. He's got it. Okay? So you should be aware when you're teaching your kids, if you're talking about grabbing wrists, point out to them there's a difference. One way they got inside control, one way they don't. He grabs my wrist where I got inside control. Right here. Grabs this wrist, I'm going single. He grabs this wrist, I'm going double. I'm going to stay true to my body. I'm a right leg lead. I said I had a single on this side. I got a double high crotch on this side. I'm going to stay true to my body. He grabs this wrist, I'm going high crotch double. He grabs this wrist, I'm going single. The way I'm going to get there is this. I'm going to take my elbow. He grabs my wrist. When he grabs my wrist, where do I like to put my elbow? Yep. I'm going to bring it back. But at the same time, instead of trying to pull it back, I'm going to step to it. He's got my wrist. If I let him control me out here, he's got pretty good control. But when I go to here, now I got control. Okay? I'm going to put my elbow to my body and lay it on his elbow, like this. That breaks the grip. Now, it won't break the grip with the other lock.
In a way, I've taught kids this works pretty good. I call this 4 fingers outside, and this 4 fingers inside. So if you're looking for terminology, it's pretty good. 4 fingers outside, you have 4 on the outside, 4 fingers inside.
Okay? So you got 4 outside here. Okay? I take right to here. Now, when I get here, I'm going to change my lock to here. Come here. There's one finish. Okay? Change hands, keep bringing them down. There's another. Same thing. Elbow to elbow, but I drag into a double. Again, I'm looking for the foot. It's a kind of a subconscious thing that I'll get it a lot because I'm used to doing it a lot, but it took a lot of times doing it to get there. But I look for that foot if I can. He can't keep up with me if I've got it. I also point my feet the direction I'm going so he can't keep up with me. I also want this hand close to that knee, not up at the hip. Okay? I'm here, it's just a drag. Outside step, elbow to elbow. There it is. So I go single on one side, double on the other. Pretty simple. Real simple to teach, real easy for kids to catch on to. If he grabs the wrist the other way, 4 fingers inside, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Okay? I'm going to step right to here, come to here. But you'll notice he's still got a hold of me. Okay? Watch my feet. Come to here. He's here. I step to here. I'm bringing his elbow into the pocket so that I can work it free. It's hard for him to hold on once I get to that low position and catch it. Okay? I'm here. I can come here, but not likely. I'm more likely to go here on that inside grip. I want to get that leg if I can. Now, here's a tricky one. Right here. Baseball. Right there. Boy, if there's ever a stalling move, or ever a move that frustrates you, it's right here. How many of you guys know who Sasahara is? Anybody ever hear of him? Sasahara was an Olympic champion for Japan before you guys were born. And I had the opportunity after the 60 Olympics to be in a clinic with him. He taught me this. I used it. I think it's great. I show it. If you guys can teach it and use it, good. It's great. It is probably the single toughest thing I've ever had to teach because it looks so easy, and it's not. But it works really, really well. He grabs a baseball grip. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring my elbow to my body right here, and I'm going to step into him. See the step? Elbows back, I'm in here. If I'm out here with him, he can control my hand. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. But when my elbow comes in, hold it tight. Once I get my elbow to the body, I can wax off. Can't do it until my elbow's to the body. That's the trick. Okay? My elbow's got to come to the body. Comes to the body. Waxes off. There's my double. Looks pretty simple, doesn't it? It isn't. Here. I don't let him pull me around with it. He pulls me, I come in. I can help myself with that hand. Get to here, I can help myself. Right there. Or I can simply wipe it off. Watch his hands. When I come to here, I stay with him. I guide him across the body. I help him across the body. Everybody see that? Let's try that one last thing. Go. I want to thank you for your attention. I think you worked hard tonight. I think you paid a lot of attention to what we're doing. Hopefully there's maybe one or two things there that'll be useful to you. That's all that matters. You could go home with a couple things that make a difference. That's good enough. That's a successful trip. So hopefully there's a couple little things there. You got any questions on this stuff throughout the weekend? Don't be afraid to ask me and bring them up, and we'll have an opportunity to go over a few more things before I'm done. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, we got Joel Sherritt going to be here. Wrestler for Iowa. Was a nationally ranked wrestler in freestyle for a number of years, and he's head coach in our Air Force Academy. He'll be good for you. Minnesota boys better pay real attention because he's a Minnesota boy, and he's proud of it too. So it should be a good deal for you. Sam, you got anything? Okay, guys, thanks. If you remember, if it help you a lot. Remember that.